So the new season is almost upon us, and every team is once again starting at zero. Every team now has aspirations of winning a Stanley Cup, even if they probably shouldn't. Last year, before the Leafs season, I made a video called 5 Leafs Hot Takes for the 2021-22 season, and I think I did pretty okay. I called the fact that Austin Matthews would hit 60 goals. I called the Leafs Tampa series and it going to 7, even though I was wrong about the outcome. And I definitely didn't have any insane takes that were the most wrong someone could possibly be. I meant Michael Bunting, guys, I swear I meant Michael Bunting. So this year I'm gonna do it again because I thought it was a fun video, and we're gonna do the other Canadian teams too. Alex should already have his 5 bold Sens predictions for the upcoming season. Go check it out to see if he ever puts down that foam finger. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. So without further ado, here are my top 5 Leafs bold predictions for the 2022-23 season. Number 1, Austin Matthews scores 60 goals again. I'm doing it again, guys. Austin Matthews scores 60 goals again and becomes the first player to do it in back-to-back years since Pavel Bure in 1992-93 and 93-94. This almost doesn't seem like a bold take anymore because Austin Matthews, when he's hot, is basically unstoppable. He actually had a brief shot at reaching 65 or even 70 last year, but then he got hurt and he tried to play through it before eventually coming out of the lineup for a few games and cooling off. If Austin Matthews can play a full 82 games and keep the pace we know he can hit, I'm actually not sure what his limit would even be. Is 80 even a thing that can happen in today's NHL anymore? Guess we'll find out. Number 2, the Toronto Maple Leafs win the President's Trophy. President's Trophy is awarded to the team with the most points in the regular season, and historically this does not necessarily mean playoff success, so it's seen as kind of a bit of a cursed trophy in recent years. Notably, the team that has won the President's Trophy has only won the Stanley Cup in the same year 8 times since the trophy's inception in 1985-86. The 86-87 Oilers, the 88-89 Flames, the 93-94 Rangers, the 98-99 Stars, the 2000-2001 Avalanche, the 01-02 Red Wings, and the Red Wings again in 07-08, and most recently the Chicago Blackhawks in the shortened 2012-2013 season. A quick rapid-fire history lesson here. Prior to the 85-86 season, there actually was no President's Trophy. However, there were a few other instances of trophies awarded to the team with the best record. The early NHL from 1917 to 1925, for example, the team with the best record was awarded the O'Brien Cup. From 1926 to 1938, it was just the Stanley Cup and no other trophy. From the 38-39 season until 1967, when the NHL expanded, the trophy awarded was actually the Prince of Wales Trophy, which is now given to the Eastern Conference champions. After expansion in 1967, the Prince of Wales Trophy was actually given to the champion of the East Division only in the regular season and did not include the new expanded West Division, and thus we remained without a regular season champion trophy until the introduction of the President's Trophy in 1985. Now, if we include all the years and just call it best record, the Leafs, who have been around for 106 years, have only won this trophy 6 times. Last winning the regular season in 1962-63. Of all the things for fans to clown on the Leafs for, this should now be the de facto thing. For comparison, the Montreal Canadiens lead this category and have won the NHL's best record 21 times. Hell, the friggin' Ottawa Senators franchise has won 8 times, including the original Senators and the current Ottawa Senators. So you know Alex is gonna love this video now, bugger. After doing all the research on that to make this video, this might be my hottest take to begin a season of all time, but I'm gonna make it. The Leafs will win the President's Trophy in 2022-23 for the first time in 60 years. Okay, moving on. Number 3, John Tavares has a bounce-back season with at least 40 goals and 80 points. I think people are starting to sleep on John Tavares a bit, and I've even seen some people saying he's going to start to regress, and I don't agree. Tavares will still only be 32 years old at the start of the season, and has been one of the NHL's best two-way centers over the last couple of years. Ever since his debut season with the Leafs in 18-19, where he scored a career-high 47 goals his production has slowed a bit. Last season, in 79 games, he scored 27 goals and 49 assists for 76 points, which is not a bad season by any means. But I think he's going to have an incredible bounce back season where he once again hits the 40 goal mark. It's not crazy to think that Tavares wasn't playing at full health for the majority of last season after having to recover from a devastating concussion from the accidental knee courtesy of Corey Perry in the 2020 playoffs. Not being able to train much during last offseason and reportedly having chronic body aches for most of last season. All of this coupled with the fact that the league is now going to have to start worrying about the Matthews-Marner pairing leaves JT to have an insane year. Number 4, Ilya Samsonov is the Leafs' #1 goalie by Christmas. As much as I believe in Matt Murray playing a decent enough game this season, I think people are sleeping on the other addition they made to the Leafs' crease this offseason, Ilya Samsonov. A former first-round pick at 22 overall in 2015 and still only 25 years old, I think Samsonov has some really decent potential in net. Russian goalies have been taking over the net a bit in recent years, and I think we all forget about Samsonov as a prospect with guys like Shesterkin, Sorokin, or even Yaroslav Askarov taking up the spotlight. In 44 games last season with Washington, Samsonov was 23, 12, and 5, but only had an .896 save percentage and .302 goals against average. But it's not his previous stats that have me optimistic about this season, it was these comments from Kyle Dubas after the signing.
Samsonov? Yeah. I think he's very young. Obviously has a great pedigree and had great potential. I think just in going through his situation and speaking with with his people here today and getting to learn about it a little bit, he seems very highly motivated. And the thing that stood out to me, Josh, more than anything, was that he was he really wanted it to be a 1-year kind of show me, bet on yourself type deal, which is not always common with players coming off of the shock, I think, of being non-QO'd when he wasn't expecting it. And so that was impressive to me, and combined with the evaluation of our player personnel department and goaltending department of what he can become if we can work with him and get him on the right track.
Having a 25-year-old goalie who seems to be hungry to prove himself and betting on himself with a 1-year deal tells me a lot about Samsonov. And most importantly, it tells me he isn't afraid of this moment. We all know that being a goaltender in Toronto is probably one of the hardest jobs in the NHL, given how many eyes are on you, and the Toronto media and fans being constantly on you about every single performance. I think Ilya is going to come here and play his best season of his career and take over the Leafs crease by 2023. Number 5, the Toronto Maple Leafs reach the Eastern Conference Finals. Leafs fans have said it before, and I'll say it again. This is our year, baby. I know, it's a meme at this point, but this team has too much skill to not eventually break through, right? Right? In all seriousness, I've been saying for years now that the Leafs just need to break through that first-round hump and they'll take off. Something primal is going to trigger in guys like Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, and they will drag this team into the promised land. If the goaltending can be good this year, like I'm hoping for, I think they'll finally get over that hump and go on a bit of a run. Hopefully, this is our year. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for more dope hockey content. Don't forget to leave your bold predictions in the comments below. Now's your chance to say something insane and brag about being right next year. Do it. Take a chance. Peace.